Hello everybody, this is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I have 4 new Easter DIYs for you today. You're going to need 2 Dixie cups, some twine, some birthday tiara because we want that corrugated paper, some Dollar Tree cubes, and a 6x4 Dollar Tree frame, and some pom-poms. I've got a pencil and a Sharpie, and we'll be using the Hello Hobby chalk paint in the color Stone, Blush, and Swan. So we're just going to get this picture frame open. We're going to save the cardboard from the frame because we will be using it. And I'm also going to save that home paper that's in the front because I really think I can do something with that in another DIY. It's really cute. So I'm just going to take an empty ribbon spool and draw me 3 circles and get those cut out because we're going to be making some bunny butts. This is a dupe, you guys, that I saw at Big Lots. I freehanded some bunny feet. They were simple and easy to do. But anyway, this is just a dupe that I saw at Big Lots, and I wanted so bad to put a picture in. And I did take a picture of it because I wanted you guys to be able to see what they did and what I did so that you can compare and see how close I came to the dupe. But when I tried to put the picture in the video, it said that the file wasn't supported. And I don't know how to fix that. I'm not that good yet. So no picture. Sorry. But this came out so stinking cute and I love it. And I hope you do too. So I left one of the cardboard rounds and the feet in the natural cardboard color. Then I painted one in the swan and then I painted one in the stone. So now I am getting the corrugated paper together. What I did was cut the ends off, made sure all the staples were out. Please be careful doing this because you don't want to get a staple in your finger. You don't. I didn't want to either, but I did. So please be careful. After you do that, you're going to push that wire up through the paper, take your wire cutters or your pliers and gently pull that paper from the wire. Now I'm going to take my corrugated paper because it's all pliable and ready to use and glue it to these 3 Dixie cup halves. And now that that's all done, I'm going to go in with my silver Sharpie marker and I'm just going to cover up the white at the top of the Dixie cup so that everything is the same color. And then I'm going to go in and distress it with my Swan chalk paint. I'm also going to distress it with Americana Burnt Sienna. And then I'm going to go back in one more time and distress it with the Swan. It's very shiny, which is actually pretty. If you like your tins or buckets to be shiny, by all means leave it that way. But you know I had to go in and distress it and give it that old rustic farmhouse look that I love. I wanted these pails to look like they were old and weathered and rusted and set outside for a long time. And I think I got that look. I'm really pleased with it. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me today. You know I truly appreciate you being here. Each and every time you click on one of my videos, it is a blessing. It is truly a blessing, and I love reading your comments. As I always tell you, you guys are so supportive, and I'm just happy that you're here, and I'm blessed to have you. Thank you so much. If you are visiting my channel for the first time, I hope you enjoy, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I would love to have you as part of the Cute and Crafty family. So now I'm going in with my jute cording and I'm just going to do a braid, a long braid, because I want to put a little bit of detail in the center of each of those pails. I love detail work. I love the little things that make your craft pop, that make your craft who you are, if that makes sense. I love adding my own little special touches to it. And, you know, I think just putting that little braid in the center does something for this pail. It wasn't like that at Big Lots. So that's my own little special touch. And then I'm just going to do 3 little jute shoestring bows and put those little bows in the center as well. And if you hear barking, my dog is outside terrorizing the neighbors. She is Yorkie and Lhasa. She is a little bitty ankle biter, but she thinks she is the king of the jungle. So this is why you need a white background, or you need like white cardboard or some foam board, because we're going to write Hanging with My Peeps. And I'm just going in with my pencil and writing it in my own handwriting, or as close as I can get to what I saw at Big Lots. And then just going in with a thin Sharpie marker, a thin tip, and going over that so that you could see it. I really wish I could have exported that picture. It would not let me get that picture in this video. Now I'm just going to get my buckets glued down. And now I'm going to go in with those wood cubes. I'm going to glue 2 of them together and then glue each set in front of the bucket, maybe just a little bit under the rim, but not too far. You guys know I just eyeball everything. I didn't measure where those cubes went. I just set them in there and thought this looks good. So now we're just going to glue down the little cardboard rounds that we painted. And then we are going to put the little pom-poms on. And the reason I set those little circles on the cubes was because if you glued them flat to the cardboard, it would look weird when you put the feet on the pail. They would be too far away. The position of them would be off. So that's why you had to lift the bunny butts up so that it looks right when you put the feet on. You guys can see what I'm talking about. There we go. How cute is that? Just erasing any pencil mark that's left underneath that Sharpie marker. And this one's almost done. My other touch that I added that was not on the sign at Big Lots are 2 of these carrots from Dollar Tree. Just gonna take that green grass out of the top. I don't really care for it, and I'm gonna make the hole bigger, shoot some glue down inside of there, and add some boxwood greenery from Walmart. And then you'll see me glue 1 down, but I actually, in the reveal, you'll see 2. I put another one on because I thought it needed a little bit more. But this is really cute. And again, it is my favorite from the 4 that I'll show you today. Moving on to DIY number 2, you are going to need one of the long Dollar Tree blank signs. I'm using my Waverly chalk paint in the color plaster. I am using my folk art paint in the color conch shell and also in the color bluebell. I will be using some of my beautiful solo wood flowers, and I will also be using some of the tumbling tower blocks. This DIY is truly a labor of love. You guys are going to see why. This board measures out to about 23 inches. So one of my pieces that I'm going to cut is going to be at 12 inches and the other one is going to be at 11 inches. So I just drew a line so that I can cut straight, and I scored it a couple times, and then I put a notch in the top and the bottom so I can flip it over and draw another straight line. The notches are my marking for where that straight line should be, and I scored it another 3-4 times and snapped it in half. Now I am just going to freehand a bunny, and it is all about the ears on this one. I wanted him to have big, long, uh, pointy ears, and so I freehanded those. Then I just took one of the Dollar Tree spring wreath rounds and made my face. And now I'm just going to freehand the body of the bunny. Now, the reason this is a labor of love is because if I had a jigsaw, this would have been super easy to cut out, but I don't have a jigsaw. I guess I need to invest in one of the small tabletop ones, and maybe I'll do that. So because I didn't have one, I had to score it several times with my X-Acto knife, and then I went in with my wire cutters and I just started chipping away at it, little bits at a time, until I got it all cut out. And then I went back in with my handheld sander and my gator. It's called a gator. It's from Walmart. I went in with my little gator sander, or finger sander as people call it on YouTube. And I sanded down this bunny all the way around. So yeah, getting that cut out took a little bit. Because the back is kind of, there's pieces missing from when I cut it out on the back. I'm going to take some cardboard because I like my crafts to be nice and neat and finished. And I am going to cover up all the chips on the back of the bunny with some cardboard. So just tracing that out, and then I'll just cut that out with my X-Acto knife. And then you can easily just pop that cardboard out, and I'm going to hot glue it to the back of the bunny. So everything is nice and neat. I made 3 of these. So I was actually cutting, scoring, chipping away, getting these 3 done. But I saw them, again, this is a Big Lots dupe. I saw these at Big Lots and I wanted to recreate them myself. At Big Lots, of course, the wood was more substantial, more chunky, but I'm working with what I have and I love how these turned out. So now I'm just going in and trimming away the excess cardboard that I see sticking out on the sides. And I am going in with my Hello Hobby chalk paint in the color Blush. And if it is not my Hello Hobby chalk paint, it is my Waverly chalk paint in Ballet Slipper. Those are the 2 pinks that I've been using for this Easter season, Easter spring season. And I'm just going to give it 1 coat because you guys know I'm going to distress it, so it doesn't need a lot of paint. So I have 1 in the Blush, I have 1 in Waverly's chalk paint in the color Celery, and I have 1 in, I believe that is the Deco Arts or the Folk Arts Bluebell. So now that I have them all painted, I am going to attach my gorgeous solo wood flowers. You guys, I can't say enough about these. I think they're so pretty. I just really think solo wood hit it out of the park when they started making these flowers. I'm sure they've been around forever. I'm just finding out about them, but I love them. Now I'm going to give the bunny a little ribbon around the neck. And of course, we're going to make a bow and attach that tumbling tower block to the back. And these are going to be done. They came out so cute. And if you guys recreate them, let me know. Go over to D's Cute and Crafty DIY Divas. It is my brand new free Facebook page. And put your crafts up there. I would love to see what you guys are doing. It is a private page. So if you request to be part of the group, an admin will go ahead and grant that request. And I can start seeing all of the beautiful things you guys are making. I'd love to have you over there. Please tell your friends and family that craft to go over there and join as well. And we can all share each other's ideals and, get inspiration from each other. So just making a little bow out of 2 different colors of ribbon, both, well, no, the Grow Grain green, the solid green came from Dollar Tree. The Buffalo Check green came from, or maybe it's not even Buffalo Check, maybe it's Gingham. It came from Joann's. And I'm just tying it together with some of the jute twine. Made some little tails. And this one came out super cute. I'm going to go in with the Hello Hobbies antique wax and distress the edges, not being careful or anything like that. I'm just going in and I'm just going to distress all around the edges. Anything that I don't like, I'll go in with my gator and I'll sand it down, and it just makes it look so farmhouse. I absolutely love each and every one of these. They're so pretty. These 3 pieces are big enough and substantial enough that you can use them as the centerpiece for a table. They would look good just about anywhere you put them. On to DIY number 3, you guys. This one is another really quick and easy one. I will be using Mod Podge, some of my gorgeous solo wood flowers, one of the Dollar Tree bunny egg signs. I have this Happy Easter piece from another sign that I cut apart. I have some ribbon. I have Waverly chalk paint and plaster, and I have raw sienna, and I have one of the Dollar Tree clings. So that Happy Easter came from the sign that I used when I made the hippity hop, and I cut the bunny out from that sign. I also cut out Happy Easter from that sign, and I also cut out another piece from that sign. So I'll get 3 DIYs from that one. So I took a ruler and I just went ahead and drew me some lines because we're going to be doing that faux shiplap. I have one of those whittling tools from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to go in on these lines and just get them scored, digging into that MDF wood or board and making a nice deep groove. If you don't have one of these, you could do it with an X-Acto knife. It works just as well. I just like using this tool. I think it's the coolest thing. And so I just like using it. So now that I've got it all scored, I'm going to paint it. My plaster is getting a little thick, so I just added some water to it. And I'm just going to give it a rough paint. Not going to try to get it completely covered, because you guys know I'm going to distress it. That's the one thing about distressing that I love. If something's not painted completely solid, it doesn't matter. You're going to distress it anyway. You're going to lift some of that paint anyway. So that's what I'm doing, just getting it painted. And now I'm going in with my Folk Art Raw Sienna, and I'm just going to get that paint down in that groove. And it doesn't have to be neat because, again, we're going to go in with the Gator Sander and we're going to rough it up and smear it around and make it look old and weathered and rustic. So I'm just going to get that paint down in there. And you can see me sanding it now, and you can see that it's lightening up and it's getting a little yellow off to the sides, and that is perfect. So I'm going in with the window clean. I love this bunny. It reminds me of the Cadbury Egg Bunny. Comment down below if you think this bunny looks like the Cadbury Egg Bunny, because I swear it does. So I'm just going to Mod Podge the back of this window cling. And the one thing about the clings that I really like, the one thing about them is that they don't wrinkle. I don't have to worry about Mod Podging when I'm using clings. They come out perfect every time. And then I'm going to put some Mod Podge on top of the cling as well. I love how the lines or the raw sienna blends in really well with the color of the bunny. It just really worked out. And now I'm going to cut down my solo wood flowers like I often do, because I want them to sit as flat as I can get them. So I cut that little tip off the back. And we're just going to glue them to the top. You guys know bow. I didn't make a bow for this one. Can you believe it? And here's that happy Easter sign. Well, it's not really a sign, little banner, little piece. I just cut it off of another sign. I just cut it out and I sanded around it. I shaped it the way I wanted it and distressed it on the edges. And I've had it sitting around since I made that hippity hop sign with the mint green gingham. I've had it sitting around since I made that sign. And again, there's one more piece from that sign that I'm going to use that I got all cut out and ready to go. So 3 nice wording or pieces that I can use for something else from one sign. So if you don't have a Cricut or you don't really write very pretty, this is another way to get wording on your crafts without having to use a Cricut or your own handwriting. Of course, you guys know I covered the back of this with some brown craft paper to make it nice and neat, because on the other side was a lot of glitter, and the paper had peeled up from where I removed that metal bunny. So I just covered it up, and I am adding some twine on the back so that we can hang it. And this one's done. Simple and cute. On to DIY number 4 and the last one for this video. You're going to need some of that Dollar Tree like laser printer self-adhesive paper that you would use if you had a Cricut. You're going to need some of some lettering of some kind, wood letters or your own handwriting. I have one of those Dollar Tree signs that have the little bunny strung across on some garland. And yeah, I done broke his ear. I'm bad for breaking bunny ears. Big or small, it don't matter. I break them. So I glued it right back together and kept moving. You are going to need one of the little Dollar Tree square block signs, and I just peeled all the paper off of that. Actually, I didn't really have to. I wasn't even thinking about it. This is one I had in my stash, and I just grabbed it because you're going to cover it with that Dollar Tree paper. I don't know what this is. It's like the laser printer paper you would use if you had a Cricut, pretty much. But I'm just going to use it and peel it off and stick it on here. This one is my daughter's favorite because this is her favorite color. So I just measured around the box and cut that paper out. And I'm just going to put it on top of this square sign. This was one of the signs I believe was in my fall stash. So it had to have been some kind of pumpkin something at one point. But anyway, I digress. I'm just going to place that on there, and then I'm going to go around it and smooth down those edges, get them all nice and neat using my Gator Sander. I'm going to take one of the bunnies. I'm trying to figure out which color, which one do I want. And I am going to go with the one that is neutral, the one whose ear I broke and had to fix. I'm going to go with that one. And then in my little letters, my letters say hop to it. And these are from Joann Fabrics. They're the tag letters that I found, and I've been using them. I also have the Scrabble letters from Walmart that you could use, or you could just print what you want on here or paint what you want on here. It'd be easier to use a paint marker to write hop to it on here. So I have the letters. I'm just going to use them. Getting my letters glued down, getting my bunny glued down. This one is so simple. And I'm going to use some more of that green gingham ribbon. And I cut it in half because it was thicker than I wanted. And we're just going to place it at the top of the ears to cover those two little holes. And I'm going to use this chevron white and neutral color ribbon that I got from Dollar Tree. It's wired, and I really think it's pretty. It was the only roll they had, or else I would have picked up another one. And I'm just going to make a bow. I'm going to use some of that lace ribbon. I love to double my bows up, so that's what we're going to do. And using some twine to attach it all together. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the top corner and add some boxwood greenery to it. And this one is going to be done. Simple, easy, and cute. So this is the final reveal, you guys, all 4 pieces. Please comment down below. Let me know which one is your favorite. As always, I thank you for being here with me today. If you made it this far and you've not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's free. Please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you as part of the Cute and Crafty family. And for all of my Cute and Crafty family members that have been here for a while, if you've made it to the end of this video, please put a bunny emoji in the comments, or just type in the word bunny if you don't have an emoji. Let me know you hung out with me today. I appreciate you guys so, so much. And if you're a crafter, or if you're not and you just have something you want to show, go over to Dee's Cute and Crafty DIY Divas Facebook page. Request to become a member over there so that I can see your beautiful creations. I would love to see what you guys are doing. And I would love for us to talk and share ideas with each other and share inspiration. You guys are amazing. I tell you that every single time. I love, love, love the comments and everything that you have to say when you give me ideas or inspiration or help on a project. I love it. So I'm so glad you're here with me. As always, I just want you to craft something beautiful today, you guys. Thanks for being here. Until I see you on my next one, be blessed, be safe. Bye.